So, last time I raided forts in my current playthrough, things didn't go very well. But I'm a little bit stronger now, and I think I've got slightly better orcs. So surely things are gonna go better this time, right? Right? You believe me, right?
Smash ya until it's just guts and goo!
I actually have quite a few of my old nemesis recruited now. They are pretty strong, but there's one old nemesis that I still need to go and get. And that is Nakra the Deranged, who used to be known as Nakra the Kinslayer. This is one of the first orcs that ever beat me back in Minas Morgul. So let's go see if he wants to join the winning team. There he is, all by himself. I'm sure he's got something very intelligent to say to me. All it takes is a few arrows to the noggin, and a bit of gentle persuasion for him to join our side. The next orc on my list to join the team is Lorm the Bootlick. And the main reason I want him is because he is enraged by everything, which I think is gonna give us the edge. I mean, my orcs are still gonna be like half the level of the other orcs, but if they're little rage machines, then maybe that will work. And it really doesn't take long to persuade him to join the side, just a few explosive attacks. Thankfully, he doesn't stay enraged very long with me. I've got a sneaking suspicion that he actually wants to join, because he wants to go and raid fortresses.
I am honored to be chosen!
Here's a fun little way to boost engagement, lads. If you were an orc in Middle-earth, what would your title be? Would you be the Bootlick? Would you be the Alchemist? Would you be the Stormbringer? Would you be the Painted, the Dreamer, the Singer, the Poet? What would you be, lads? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you're still watching the video, you might as well subscribe. I have filmed about 9 hours of a brand new Skyrim playthrough. And I'm going to be playing as none other than Zog the Necromancer. So subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Okay, let's start to build our team. We are actually going to call down the Overlord, the Maniac, for the fight, so I need someone to look after the fortress while we're away. And I can think of no one more qualified to do this than the Drunk. Alright, now that we've turned our fortress into a party fort... Cannonball! Let's go ahead and let's pick our team. We're going to have the Maniac up front, followed by our new addition, Lorm the Bootlick, bringing in that endless rage. We're gonna go with Push Crimp the Flesh Rot, here to represent the god Nurgle. And we're gonna go with my other rage master, the Spike. You might remember him from the other raid video, where he actually did quite well. In fact, I think he got the most kills out of all my captains. And finishing off the team, we're gonna go with Nakra the Deranged, rounding off our team. I'm also going to grab Kuga the Mountain Shaker as my bodyguard to help me out in the throne rooms. The first fortress belongs to Marchioto, and it's only got a defense rating of 126. But this is my first time raiding in this area, so the fortresses are probably going to be pretty weak at the start of this video. And the beginning of the raid goes as well as you would think. The wall explodes and 2 of my orcs are immediately down. Hey, get down from there! I jump off my grog, ruining any momentum that I might have built up. Luckily, this fortress isn't very well defended. There actually only is 2 points in the first section of it. At the first point, there's only 1 captain, and it's the Iron Arm. He immediately gets ruined. First by a grog boulder, and then my arrow straight to his noggin. That did not go well for him, but of course, one of my captains is down. I don't know how this happened. It was probably friendly fire, that's what I'm gonna say. On to the second point, and there's just no one here. But wouldn't you know it, that doesn't stop one of my captains from being down. To clear the area, I hit them with an Elven Blast, but this downs one of my guys, my word. These orcs are pathetic. I actually then realized that the reason these orcs keep being downed is because the Bootlick is extremely flammable. I get him up and he just refuses to put himself out. He is on fire forever. I stand around at this point and I just watch his health drain. I definitely don't think this orc is long for this world.
Catch me up!
No matter how many times he's downed and revived, he just refuses to be put out. This guy is determined to become a flame of war. That is his life's goal.
Feeling much better. Thanks.
I quickly revive him, then I sprint off to the throne room before he can have a chance to light himself ablaze again. Heading on into the throne room, I meet the Overlord, the Hornblower.
You must have death wish, Ranger. To face me? Face me in my throne room?
God, what are you talking about, Olog? Get some perspective. There are monsters running around out there. You're just a level 30 Hornblower. Your entire life revolves around blowing your horn. Shut the fuck up. And he's not even arrow proof. In fact, he's a soft target. Alright, this shouldn't take too long. With the boring Hornblower now purified, we take the fortress. I gain 100 points to my rank, and my assault rating goes up to 231. Let's take a look at the next fortress in Gorgurof. There may only be 3 captains here, but they are all significantly stronger and higher level than my lads. So this should be slightly harder than the last raid. This time we get into the fortress unscathed. None of my orcs are down. Just joking. 3 of them are down. I get them all back on their feet because I am a kind master. After they're back up, I run to the first point to go and get a bit of a sing-song.
What's more fun than killing when 2 warriors are willing?
When I rip off your arms, they're gonna hear your screams back in Gondor!
Wow, this Defiler is actually very, very cool looking. I mean, his armor looks great. The Defiler is a great title. I wonder if anybody commented down below saying their name would be for Defiler. If you did, you're probably quite a disturbed individual. While I'm fighting the Bard Orc, something crazy happens. Obviously in the last fort, we discovered who the weak link was in our team, that being the Bootlick. And the Spike, being a very loyal team player, decides to take out the Bootlick mid-fight, just seemingly for no reason, or at least no in-game reason. The Spike clearly is a firm believer of survival of the fittest. You're only as strong as your weakest link, so he's taking him out. Let's be honest, he was enraged by everything, but he was unbelievably flammable, so not really cut out to be involved in anything that takes place in Gorgurof. Things begin to heat up at the first point as 2 of my orcs are down. I hop on my grog, jump off, and take out the Defiler. With the creepy orc now gone, we take the point. I get my 2 lads back up and we head off to the second area. There's no one defending it, so we take it pretty quickly. And again, at the third point, there's no one here, just me and my grog, so we take it. On to the 4th point, and there's finally a captain. The very cool looking and cool sounding Dream Eater. But he's not arrow proof, and he's soft headed, so it doesn't take very long to dispatch him. To my surprise, there's only 1 point we have to take inside the inner gate. And there's no defending captain, so once my lads turn up, we take it. I then head on into the throne room to meet the overlord of this weak fortress.
Oh, you've made it all the way here, only to discover that you're outclassed. Frankly, you don't stand a chance against me.
I'll be happy to prove you wrong.
Oh, another sick line from Talion. I quite like this overlord. I mean, I'm a big fan of the cave rat. I don't know if he's got the cool eyes though, but he does have the dirty mouth of the cave rat. And unfortunately for him, he is damaged by range attacks. But since he's a ranged guy and he's got sniper, I'm gonna get in close. Once beside the guy, I rattle him with explosive attacks. He really has no answer to this.
Impossible. I have the skill. I have the training. This shouldn't be happening. You cannot take my fort!
I then grab myself a lovely souvenir in the form of his arm and his leg. And I take the fortress for good measure. I level up, and let's be honest, that was too easy. Let's get a harder fort.
Is this it? Is this all you can conjure, Saruman?
Let's take a look at the next fortress, and finally, it is full. As you can see, we've got a bit of an empty spot here, and that is because my bootlicker was team killed. Rightfully so, may I add. We are going to replace him with an orc known as the Dead Killer. We haven't even seen a zombie yet, so that name is stupid as hell. All of the orcs are more than 10 levels higher than mine, and in some cases they're 20 levels higher. I charge on in atop my big lad, break down the front gate. I start fighting in the first point, and as you can see, it is full with 3 captains for the first time in this video. Once on my feet, I summon in my bodyguard because I think I need the help right now. Even though it's going to be 6 versus 3, these orcs are much stronger than mine. And on that note, I am tackled and punched on the floor by a hothead captain.
Rise, Ranger! I want to dance with you more!
And he goddamn humiliates me. PTSD images start flashing through my brain. Is it even possible for me to make a Shadow of War video without being humiliated at least once? It doesn't seem like it. I rush to get back to my feet, now filled with anger. I take the point. Thanks to pure rage, I'm able to separate the hothead from the rest of the captains. Even though I've been focusing him, he doesn't seem to have lost very much health. I then spot an orc fleeing, so I chase out to try and get him. But sadly, he turns the corner and I can't be bothered chasing him around there. Moving on to the second point, and it is pure chaos in here. One of my orcs is already down, 2 of them are actually down now. And these lads seem to just be cutting through my forces. I get down by this old man, runty orc. And I honestly have no excuse for this. I straight up just missed it. I would love to tell you that I pressed it and the game just glitched, but I'd be lying to you. That didn't happen. I don't know what happened there. I just didn't press it. I think part of me knew that we were going to lose that fortress, that we just weren't ready to take on level 47 orcs. Analyzing my team, I decide to level up the Flesh Rot. If he's going to be the representative of Nurgle in my army, he needs to be stronger. I level up the stupidly named Dead Killer. I also give them both Caragors because my thoughts are, with a Caragor they can just climb over the wall, rather than waiting for it to explode in their faces and downing themselves.
Little idiots! Idiots!
Okay, with those changes, let's check out the next fortress. It has got a defense rating of 299, and on first glance, it actually looks stronger than the previous fort. These orcs are definitely higher level, but there might not be as many of them. Let's get in there and see. I do my usual influencer morning routine by getting up and jumping on my grog immediately. I go to climb over the wall this time, didn't actually mean to do this, and to my utter disappointment, 3 of my orcs are already down.
Little idiots! Idiots!
The Caragors did not work. My morning routine in utter ruins, I get off my grog and head over to get these idiots back on their feet. Not a good start to the fort raid. With my gaggle of morons now back on their feet, I head into the first point and I meet the Rot Beast.
Your attack stalls already. You don't have the guts to take this place.
He welcomes me into the fortress with open arms, but it's short-lived. As when he's about to go in for the kill on me, he is finished off by someone's poison. That was a very clutch kill. He might have had no chance. Relieved, I get back on my feet and we take the point.
Now to capture the square.
Moving on to the next point, I meet the sole defender, the Lumphead.
You call it a weapon, but I call it a toxin delivery system. Or a man-filth cleanser. That works too.
It seems like early on we've got a bit of an ugly orc theme going on here. As I'm clearing out some of the grunts, I am smashed in the face with a massive shield. At first I think that these arrows are going to save me, but no, I've got to do it myself. I then start laying into this ugly, lump-headed orc, but I don't really think I'm doing very much damage.
Is that it? Is that the blade you think you're gonna take me down with? Oh, you poor pathetic fool.
This dialogue actually really affects me because I do feel like a fool taking on stronger orcs. I mean, look at this. I've been hitting him with all of my best shots and he still has a little bit of health left. Even when I hit him on the ground there, I thought that was gonna break him, but no, he's still not broken. Finally, I've broken him down enough, and I'm gonna shame him because honestly, he scares me. After what he just said to me, I want him off the battlefield right now. It's only because I respect you massively as a warrior, lumphead. Heading over to the next point, I spot the Soul Defender, and he also looks terrifying. In a sort of, he looks like he would serve you cold fries at Burger King kind of way. Thankfully though, I'm able to damage this one a lot more than the lumphead. I'm channeling years of getting cold fries and cold burgers, gallons of hatred into my attacks. But before I'm able to finish him off, he becomes very, very angry. I take the point, and as I'm running over to the next one, he gives me a bit of a leaving present. Thankfully though, I just drank an entire white monster, so I'm able to counter it. And when I get back onto my feet, I just smash arrows into his brain-damaged noggin. I give him a big hug with the intent of throwing him into the lava, but as I do that, it seems like the Wanderer has just offed himself. He explodes and his jars of piss fly through the air. And when I come back out of the kill cam, the Iron Skull sadly activates his cyanide capsule embedded in his tooth and takes himself out. God damn you. The lava god remains hungry. No. Thanks to that orc offing himself in a gross green explosion, we're able to take the point immediately. We then head on into the inner gate, and this point is also defended, so we take it. I head on into the throne room to get a good look at this overlord.
You must have death wish, Ranger. To face me? Face me in my throne room?
Yeah, Italian's got no reply for that because it was incredibly boring. I'm surprised he's even still awake. He doesn't sleep. Let's take a look at this dude's stats, and oh dear, he is damaged by range attacks. Just like every other overlord in this video. Well, let's lay in some attacks. I'm gonna summon in my bodyguard as well, just so that he can have some fun. I hit him with arrow after arrow. I mix it up and jump in, and I use my explosive attack along with the arrows to eventually weaken him down. And he actually gives me quite an interesting bit of dialogue.
Dark Lord punish you for taking fort. Kill me now. Spare me punishment for losing it.
With the Painbringer mercifully killed, we take the fortress. I go up to rank 941, and my assault rating goes back up to 331. Taking a look at the next fortress that the algorithm has given us, and I am very confused. It only seems like there is 3 war chiefs. And I love the look of the Overlord. He's got the jars that I love to talk about. He's clearly been influenced by Daddy Nurgle. I think we definitely have to go and take this fortress, and look at that, we have no casualties from last time. Let's go again. I want to get my ranking up. I want to start a win streak. I jump on my grog, I smash down the front gate. I turn around to check if anyone has been downed yet, and it seems like they are fine. Not going towards the exploding walls this time. Wow, look at that. This is the first time in this video that we have taken the point and none of my orc captains have been downed. I think we're learning. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. No, someone's down. Who is this? Who has done this? Who just ruined what I was saying? Who the hell are you? What the hell do you think you're doing, mister? Oh my god, I am being lit up by archers. Can you stop? I hate these archers. Honestly, who else hates this? This happens to me a lot, and this is very annoying. Oh my god, they are destroying me. Oh god, someone else is down now, and I'm still being littered with arrows. Stop it! I'm trying to save my guys. You're not supposed to shoot medics on the battlefield. That's against the Geneva Convention, I think. Which is kind of crazy because I think instinctually through playing video games, I think that I would go for the medic first. Yeah. Or like you would go for the commander first, which is kind of silly. Like, why would they wear a helmet that indicates that they are the commander? Like, I feel like when I'm shooting soldiers in a game, I immediately go for any soldier that looks different to the common soldier. That's just natural instincts, I think. What the hell was I doing? Oh yeah, okay, we're raiding the fortress. We get to the third point and no one's here, so we take it immediately. And it's the same story at the fourth point. But looking onwards, I can see that there is much more of a problem in the inner gate. Clearly, he has just focused all of his forces in here at the final 2 points. This actually might be a little bit difficult. I summon in my Grog to help me bring down the gate. We smash on in, and I take a look at the captains. This is actually these are the first captains that we've seen in the fortress. It looks like we've got a bit of a war hulk there blowing his horn. I'm not doing very much damage to them, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to summon in my bodyguard. I think we need the reinforcements. This lad here is soft-headed, but still, I just shot him in the head twice there, and I hit him with an execution, and it basically took off no health. I then paused the fight to have a brief chat with 2 of the captains.
Fool you are! Thinking to take us all on? Give you lots of bother, we will. I'm gonna smash ya until there's just guts and goo.
I love this guy. Guts and goo. 2 very different orcs there. We have the numbers, so we are taking the point, but we don't really have the firepower. As you can see, one of my orcs is currently broken and down on the floor. 2 of them are now down. I may need to take the point just to try and get them back up because I'm being swarmed with grunts right now. Okay, things are continuing to escalate here. 5 of my captains are now down. Oh my god. I am going to have to take the point. I need to clear these captains away. My word. The level difference really does matter in these raids, it seems. I have to scramble a little bit here to try and get them up because I'm still being hunted down by 2 of the captains and one of them is very angry. Somehow I'm able to get everyone back on their feet. And before this guy runs over to the final point, I am going to try and target him. I would like to at least see how long it takes to get rid of one of these captains. Never mind, screw that. I can see that the War Hulk Olog over here, yep, he is now broken. 2 of them are actually broken right now, so I think we're going to do it, lads. I think we're fine. We have broken through their tough exterior. I am not going for the kill. I am just going to secure the shame to get rid of them. I have to clear the board a little bit here. Okay, here's gone. I've cleared away some of the serious mass. I'm going to try and get my 2 lads up now, but some of these orcs are running around very angry, although this one is broken. Oh, this goddamn grunt has spoiled it for me. God damn it, this is so difficult. There are just so many of them. Can I get them? Oh, the grunts are just getting in my way. I'm going to charge up the explosive attack and try and take some of them out. Although 2 of my orcs are down again, and one of theirs is broken. This is a very close fight. Oh yes, look at that! My bodyguard, the Mountain Shaker, has taken out the one eye. He even beheaded him. Alright, I'm going to run over here and try to get my guy back on his feet. After that, I run back to the point and I get up the other 2 orcs. This is really crazy. This has been a bit of a mad fight. I then have a lovely bit of dialogue from the obvious orc.
I'm gonna give you a splitting headache. Because I'm gonna hit you in the head. And it'll hurt. Like a headache, only worse.
Ah, that's good. He would actually make a great addition to my weird, like, way of speaking word orc team. He speaks obviously. I like that a lot. He's kind of like, he's almost like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. Although I think if Drax was an orc, he would be Drax the Literal. Because he takes everything literally. Isn't that his character? Am I right? I then have an equally riveting conversation with their local maniac orc.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Whoa!
And this is actually quite a cool, interesting orc. He has the sort of Gimli Dwarf Hater helmet, and he's also got either white or silver paint. Somebody has put down a banner which is causing all of the grunts to go mental. Not to worry, I hurled myself into the fireplace and then I scrambled to try and get my lads back up. But this goddamn ghoul won't get out of my way. Just look at the utter chaos here. There's orcs running around on fire, a few of my boars are down, there's random grunts going crazy because of that banner, and look at these captains in rage, still trying to behead me. My god, I think I almost need a counter at this point to see how many times my orcs have been down. Jesus Christ, we just can't seem to beat these two final captains, and I'm down again. I'm down again. Oh, he hits him with the burp. Oh my god, it didn't stop it. That's okay, I'm able to get up. I'm able to get up. I am just in a pile of my downed orcs. Oh my god, he's got me again. Oh, are they gonna stop him? I think they're stopping him. Yes, I'm back up. Jesus Christ. And he's broken. He's broken. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's going to be an absolute miracle if none of my orcs die here. This is crazy. I am being such a little jammy bastard right now, just running around trying to get my guys back on their feet. And he's gone. Oh my word. Maniac on maniac. My nemesis maniac can be the only one. Oh, and they've surrendered. It is all over. Right, they're getting executed in the most brutal way possible. We just beat a level 77 orc. That is mental. No wonder these guys were so strong and my orcs were just really suffering. And like I said before, it is definitely a miracle that none of my captains died in this fort raid. I head on into the throne room and I find out that the orc is none other than another poisoned Nurgle orc. This makes me think his throne room should be filled with corpses and, I don't know, like bile and jars of like horrible green stuff. Like, make it more of a Nurgle fortress.
I'll admit it, I'm glad you reached the heart of my fortress. Now I get the pleasure of dismantling you personally.
The pleasure will be all mine.
A little bit weak there, Talion. A little bit basic. But you know who's not basic? This guy right here. Look at those jars. Look at the horrible green lumps. He is a true representative of Daddy Nurgle from the Warhammer universe. And wouldn't you guess it? He is not arrow-proof. And my explosive attacks do a lot of damage to him. So all it takes is about 2 minutes and 5 seconds for us to fully wrap up this throne room fight.
You got me. You got the fort. But it's not enough, is it?
We successfully take the fortress, and with that my ranking goes up past 1000 and I gain the title Knight. Honestly, I can't believe none of my captains died in that last fort raid. This has been fun, guys. Let me know in the comments what I should do next. I think I should probably level up a little bit more before I do another fort raid video. It's just annoying going into these cool fortresses and not actually being able to recruit any of the orcs. It's going to be a great day when I can finally do my first full shopping spree.